couple of them. And hopefully, if this mod worked. There seems to be a new trailer for this. We'll check it out. Loads of my mods just unsubscribed at the last minute, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. Rebel by choice, morning, how's it going, dude? Am I on it? Oh, I am. So my game's acting really weird tonight. Not weird, like, I don't know. I've got a feeling like my computer's just gonna die. Everything keeps going really slow. I just had all the mods done and everything about 10 minutes, say 10 minutes ago. And then, yeah, I think it was this mod. I went and subscribed to this, went back to my list of mods to kind of turn it on, and then realised there was like, I had loads of memory, and then it's just unsubscribed from a load of mods. And then the mod menu wouldn't load up for about 5 or 10 minutes. I don't know, it's just been a bit weird. Kenneth Russ, Wolf, hope all is well. I'm not too bad, cheers dude. Feel a bit tired again, I didn't go to sleep last night. Just stayed up all day or whatever it is again. Just because otherwise, sleep's just been terrible the last few weeks. I'm going to get some more of the good sleeping tablets because, yeah, the ones that the doctors gave me were just terrible. Which I'm speaking to them again on Tuesday, but I doubt they'll give me anything decent, so I'll have to, yeah, get some of the good ones for a little bit, because I don't like not sleeping. Well, instead of not sleeping this time, I've just been sleeping whenever I can, but it's been like, I never know what time I'm going to be up from one day to the next. Oh yeah, by the way, this is one of the mods that seems pretty new, by Glitchworks. I think it's the same one that did, was that Bruticus one? And then there was another one that looks a bit like the dolphin. I forgot the name of it already. It's because I'm a bit tired. Rebel by choice update is coming. I must admit, I was wondering, like, when I first turned the game on tonight, it, like I said, the mod menu just wouldn't come up at all, to the point where I quit back out the game to go and see if there was like an update waiting that then wouldn't let me, you know, when it says like you have to update before it'll let you go online. And then that was all sorted, and then when I went back to the game, thankfully the mod menu was just on then. It was sort of like blanked out at first, as if it's sort of like when you first turn the game on, normally for the first 5 seconds it's blanked out, but yeah, this thing was just staying on that. And then when I just loaded the game, it was taking a ridiculously long time to for the loading bar to even start. Hopefully, touch wood, it's all good, but it just seems to be being a bit awkward. Whatever, stage 4 sounds better than 1, 2 and 3. Mark Rowe, hey Mr. Wolf, how's it going, dude? Good to have you joining us. Refract, why not? Treat myself. Crook, even Mr. Wolf, how's it going? Right, yeah, I don't need to go too mad on that. What colours we got? I'd do quite like, yeah, solid. I was going to go for the brighter colour, but changed my mind. See, this is the thing, I don't even think I've got hardly anything left. I might have a couple of, yeah, these missions, but they're only going to take like a couple of minutes, especially with mods. Done all of them. Oh, there's 3, I thought there was only 2 left. And then that southbound road, which I can do. I believe I've done a video on that already, but yeah, can always get it done on this one. I was probably looking at these then, if anything. Medium planks and logs, planks, logs, planks, logs, yellow brick, and yellow brick, so that's all on that map. Now this is on this map. Planks, logs, all that sort of stuff. Oh yeah, shit, I probably should select the mission, would help. So what was that one? Yeah, this one. Right, it's activated. Victor, hello, how's your day going? Yeah, not too bad, cheers dude. It's been a bit of a long one, but that's what she said. first. Well, first of all, we need to see what trailers this can have. In fact, I'll go and get that other mod as well, just 'cause I'm curious to see if it had a... It looks like it's got a massive new trailer. It's a bit understeering. Justin Lynch, hello, how's it going, dude? This mod was okay, but I prefer Bruticus. In the end, I had to turn Bruticus off to get... Well, this one, I suppose I already had this one on, so yeah, it's just going to be like normal. Trailers, I can still do, yeah, the planks for that though. I suppose I should turn the engine off. Alright, yeah, I want to see what trailer this thing's got. Did I buy one? I think I did, didn't I? Yeah. Happy days. Right. David Kaiser, hey Wolf, how's things? Yeah, not too bad, cheers dude. Get in there, still feel a bit, well, right now I actually don't feel that tired at all. It'll probably hit me in a little bit, but right now I feel pretty good. Yeah, I like them tyres. To be honest, a lot of the times I do just pick tyres, preferably based on looks. The good thing is for me, I actually quite like the look of the chain tyres. I know there's a lot of people in the comments that can't stand the look of the chain tyres. Right. I didn't put a saddle on, but it should just choose one. Let's go and see. Mod's good, but they use quite a bit of memory. Yeah, it seems to be the case. I'm just running out of memory. There was one or two of the mods, but to be fair, they were not incredibly highly rated. But yeah, I just didn't have the memory, like, even on my whole computer, even if I went on to a different playthrough. I just can't even fit the mods on my computer anymore unless I completely delete. Well, that appears to be something that I believe is just for this truck. I've not seen that trailer before anyway, but in the thumbnail there's like a massive square, like a deep, yeah, that's it. Well, it's got fuel and repairs as well, which is pretty cool. I'm not sure how much it can hold. I'm going to guess 8. Well, yeah. Let's give this a go then. Can fit more stuff. Medium planks, I only need one there. Medium planks to the coast. Just guessing, oh no, house near the bog. House on the coast, where the hell? So it's house near the bog. I thought this one was called house near the bog. It is? What the fuck? Am I going insane? Or... house near the bog? Right, house on the coast, which is what I thought. Why is it? It's calling it house near the bog. That's what threw me. And then where the hell? That's not too bad. So I'll basically take it to that entrance and then just swerve it off there. Right, so medium planks, 2 of those. So it's going to be 4. That's only 1. Well, those 2 I may as well do kind of at the same time. So 1 lot of medium planks and 1 lot of long. It's only 6, but oh yeah, I've got to get them from there. so we'll just try the old cut through. In fact, I'm already here, I'll just cut through this way. I've wanted a trailer like this for quite a while. Sorry, I've been missing a few of the comments there while I was trying to work out what was going on. Is that Tommy Madsen? I can't quite see because it cuts half it off. Hello, Mr. Lone Wolf. How's it going, dude? Yeah, I'll just fly across here. To be fair, I quite like this vehicle, whatever it is. Kind of reminds me of a Colob, but just kind of a bit, I don't know, quicker. Sort of a little bit of a mini version of the Colob in a way. A little bit like the P5112 is like a mini version of the P16, is it? The good one, the one I like. Got a bit of a fat chin on it though. Yeah, definitely been here before. Anything regarding Phase 7 release date? I'm not too sure. To be honest, I was going to ask the same question myself. If anyone listening has heard any news, I'd appreciate some info. I mean, at least we're pretty near to the end of February now, so I'm hoping it can't be that long. But is it even on the like test server yet or whatever? Mark Bro means his PlayStation. Was that me or someone else? I might have missed him in that. Rebel yet on the booster shot as well, and I still get it. It's kind of bullshit, but it's whatever. Oh, what is he? Have you got the COVID? Yeah, if you have hopefully you get better. Hopefully it's not too bad. Tommy Madsen, I'm fine. How are you today? Yeah, not too bad, thank you. Feeling pretty good. Missing me lifetimes. Oh god, he's only gone and invaded Ukraine, hasn't he? What a goddamn beast. He's sick and tired of waiting for Phase 7. The nice thing with a trailer like this is even if you go rallying, oh, do you know what? It might work out quite lucky because I'm guessing then it's a 7-slot trailer, not an 8, which it's not the end of the world, but it's a bit of a random number to pick. Well, I was hoping it was an 8-slot. Either way, it looks pretty cool. I've wanted a trailer like this for quite a while. All I know is they did an accidental release and took it down. Not on PTS anymore. Dang, it's not sounding good, is it? For originally, I was kind of hoping. Was it the 9th of March or something? People were saying before, but yeah, I'm not sure. It might even it's looking like it's going to be after that if it's not even on PTS server yet. Yep, this is my second time getting COVID. This time the symptoms are pretty bad. Yeah, that sucks, man. Well, and you had the booster things as well. Hopefully, you'd imagine if, especially if you've had it twice now, that with a bit of luck should be your last go at it. Well, I suppose now I may as well just cut across there, go up there, across there. Might have to just chance it across there. Where the hell? Log station. We'll have to come back later for some logs. No news yet on Phase 7 release date. The PTS for it hasn't come yet. Yeah, that's not looking good. That's pretty much what I've got. 4 contracts left. And again, there is the little missions, but they're only going to last like a matter of minutes, really, especially with on the mods. I think next time on Phase 7, I'm just gonna, I reckon, just do all the videos not like as soon as possible kind of thing, but generally speaking, I don't think there's any point in kind of pacing out the last few videos. It's been like fine with, say, the live stream and stuff, but even though I'm pacing it out, because yeah, I just kind of, I don't know, to pace it out, but I suppose for getting the footage done, I might just get them done kind of when they're a bit more relevant, when more people will probably get some use out of it. This trailer looks massive for a 7 slot. River by choice. Seems like the shot is the problem. True, you never know, do you? Hey Lone, have you shown your face yet? Or we ever show your face? I've not yet, no. One day, who knows? You never say never. At the same time, I wouldn't particularly say I'm in a rush. For a start, I could do with a bit of a haircut and everything before I do anything like that. New girl, hi Wolf, how's it going? Good to have you joining us. If PTS and Phase 7 comes next week, then you're probably looking at an April release. Yeah, it's pretty crazy, isn't it? Which, yeah, that puts us, it'd be nice. I mean, it is what it is, but it would have been nice if they were a bit quicker with the phases. I was kind of hoping in the end, because, what is it? April will be like 2 years since this game has been out, wouldn't it? So I was kind of hoping that Season 2 would get finished within, say, the 2nd year, which would have worked out pretty nice content-wise, because really then we would have had, say, Phase 7 already, and we'd pretty much be waiting for Phase 8 to come out. But that being said, there is still at least 2 phases, so the game's going to keep going, well yeah, we're looking at April, May, June, July. You're probably looking at getting on for Christmas, and I'd imagine, unless they've got another game in place, they might even do some kind of, whether it's a full season pass, I don't know, but they might do something if it's getting nearish to Christmas again, just to try and sneak in a few more Christmas sales. Oh, sorry, I just missed that. I've seen they take their time. I've had both shots and have been perfectly fine. I must admit, it seems to a degree like a bit of a, you just never know, do you? Some people have had like heart attacks and strokes and stuff after it, and then other people have, yeah, had all of them and been perfectly fine. So I don't know how many my granddad's had, but he's still going, such wood. I've had no shot and I'm perfectly fine as well. Same here, to be honest, but I've done my best just to avoid the rest of the world in general as best I can. To be honest, not even because of COVID. It just generally suits me quite nicely that way. Well, it's because I'm up at awkward times. That helps a lot. See, sorry, all platform crossplay for PS4, Xbox can play together. They are also considering adding Switch to it as well. Is that already, sorry, is that like upcoming? Low Toad 84, Mr. Lone Wolf, howdy, how's it going, dude? Good to have you joining us. Victor, first shot was okay, second had a bad 4-day sick reaction, and third shot, which was on Tuesday, with small fever. Yeah, that's the thing, that's what some people are just... But there doesn't really seem to be any correlation. I've seen a few people say the same as well, like the first shot, say, was nothing, oh yeah, shit, I'm supposed to be turning. Yeah, and then the second one was bad, or like, say, you never know really. Like, preferably, well, yeah, I personally don't want it. But yeah, like I say, I'm not really. It's probably not much point in me having it anyway. We want to add this crossplay. So is that like if I went on to whatever it is, was it multiplayer or online or whatever it's called? I can't even remember what it's called. Can I only? I'm on let's say PlayStation 4, so can I only get on with other PlayStation people at the minute? And then I take it they want to do it like, yeah, so it's PlayStation, Xbox, which is good in the long run, not just for this game, but in general. It's been a kind of a long time coming, really, for a lot of things. I think they're getting a bit closer towards that, but yeah, they've always been quite sort of standoffish with each other, really, Xbox and Sony. As for SnowRunner, I'm convinced we're getting a year 3. You never know. Like, I'd say in general, really, considering the game is coming up 2 years old, there is still a lot of interest in it. And again, if the phases were a little bit quicker, like there'd be there wouldn't really be any gaps in the content, really. There'd be like enough to keep us going. Like obviously with year 1, we also had like the base game to kind of fill in the gaps while we were waiting for phase sort of from 1 to 2 and so on. But yeah, I certainly wouldn't say no to a year 3. It'd be pretty cool. Either a year 3 or say like SnowRunner 2 or whatever. Let's get its faction up there. Can. Oh. Can. I like driving sections like this if I can. Just for the aesthetics. All the work porting the game to Switch, adding crossplay, now porting to the next gen PS5 series, too much work going into the game to end. Yeah, that's true, especially if they are getting it like done over to PS5 as well. Which yeah, in theory, like there's a oh no, it's workstation. Like the game itself is great, so they could theoretically keep going, not forever, but you know what I mean. Like the game itself doesn't feel dated or anything. Like the graphics are great. Obviously whatever maps and trucks they add are up to them, but all the groundwork is here. So yeah, as long as they keep adding more maps and trucks, really, then there's plenty. Like there'll be plenty to keep us going for however long. Because the actual concept of the game, I'm certainly not bored of at all. It's a bit like, say, Grand Theft Auto 5. If Grand Theft Auto 6 dropped today, we'd all pretty gladly play it. We would just already know what that kind of game is, sort of thing. And it's yeah. Then if they dropped a Grand Theft Auto 7 6 months later, we'd probably snap that up as well. I think they are working on Grand Theft Auto 6, but I'm not sure how long it's going to be until it comes out. Right. Let's stop that. Oh yeah, it doesn't knock them off here, does it? It does on like the list in the top right. So near the bog, short logs, 2 lots. And then long logs to the house near the road, which will be that one. What has this got? If this has got short, yeah, it's got enough short. Right, and where am I going to get long logs from? Could go to that. I wish there was a better way to just cut through. It's a bit of a pain in the arse having to go round. I can't remember, but I don't think I did unblock that in the end, did I either? I have on my normal playthrough. Well anyway, let's just go and grab some bloody logs. To be honest, I will take that other thing out soon, but I might actually be a better vehicle to take, because it'd be quite nice if I could get something that I can have a short log thing on the back and then a short log trailer as well. What mods have I got on? Oh yeah, that's it, the Goliath. Can this have a short log thing? I should imagine it can. That's the one. Right, so let's just do it up quickly. PS4, Xbox and Switch crossplay. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. That'll open up obviously like the player base a hell of a lot. Again, even back on like say Call of Duty for example. There's I don't know if they have done it by now, but certainly back in the day that was something people were kind of talking about that they would have wanted. I haven't played GTA 5 in a very long time. I stopped because they kind of ruined the GTA Online by adding too much shit to do. True, I never really got into the online on that either. I went on it once, kind of met up with my brother on there, but he kept disconnecting every few seconds, and then that was about it. And then yeah, like I said, that guy I went on years later, which was a few months I think before this game came out, where that guy killed me at the casino, and then I killed him, and then he chased me and all that. Yeah. But yeah, the online doesn't really yeah, I'm not too bothered sort of thing. I really wish that if they put a lot of the stuff from online on the single player, like more properties to buy and all sorts, I'd be well up for that. The hell, my R2 trigger just stuck down there. This remote is slowly dying. Jesus, everything understeers like a beast there. Yeah, I've heard Rockstar tend to release a game 2 years after its first announcement, so 2022 now, 2024. Yeah, true, it wouldn't surprise me. I think it's going to be a good little while yet. I think even if it was 2023, I'd imagine it would be later in the year, but yeah, I could imagine more like 2024. Small logs, yes. Right, I might just try and cut up here, to be honest. Where's a horse? That's what we need. Yeah, have a Call of Duty stream. True, funnily enough, I updated that game the other day just because I clicked on it and then it automatically did an update, and it was something like 87 gigs. It was a beast. Thankfully, I've got that, I don't know, external memory thing or whatever, so it doesn't really, it doesn't add anything to my actual PlayStation memory. It's just all onto that extra thing, which I think is 4 terabytes, so that kind of took the hit. But yeah, one day when that's full. Hey Lone, can you play GTA Online Storm race maps on PS4? I'm sure you can find some fun. The only thing is, I don't think I'm leveled up or anything in the slightest on GTA Online. And yeah, what's them shark card things? To be fair, I've spent money on certain games, so I'm not knocking it as such, but preferably I don't really want to be yeah, buying shark cards and stuff. Funny enough, I think that's why I ended up going on GTA Online that time when that guy killed me at the casino. I'm sure it might have been on a YouTube video that said if you go on it at the minute, you just get a free spin at the casino, and you might win this car that was worth shitloads. So I was like, oh, I'll give it a go then, sod it, I'll just load it up and give it a spin. And yeah, I didn't win it. TWP popcorn, what's popping? Not a lot. Goddamn little horse. It's on the way. I'll just tow it. You have to grind so much just to buy anything. That'll waste your money buying shark cards. Yeah, that's the thing. So there's definitely games I've spent money on. Spent money on that. I don't remember a game on the like iPhone. I assume it was on Android in the end, called Crime City. It's a pretty, I don't know, just like a little mobile game. But back when it first came out, it was like one of the first sort of games really that went quite big, where it was actually like other live players kind of thing, so you could go around robbing each other. And I remember spending a bit of money on that. To be fair, at the time I was pretty doing alright, me and my brother landscaping, so it was not too bad. That World of War tank splits, I've spent probably a good few £100 on that, but I've had the game about 8 odd years, so, and you're talking like it's just the odd couple of quid here and there. I have bought the odd bigger chunk of gold when it's on like a ridiculously good offer. But like I said, for some reason I own loads of tanks on that game that it's going to be a nightmare. Do you know what, I'll just go this way. I don't want to get the trailer hooked in the trees. Yeah, for some reason on World of Tank Splits I've got loads of tanks that I've bought and I'm glad I own them, but I've never driven them. Just because I don't even know why. I think it's because then if I have a bad game, I'll have bad stats next to the tank. I never drive the tank. Can't possibly have bad stats. You can do them for free at level 4. Go to your phone and sign into Social Club with PlayStation and choose a map. Do you know what? That Social Club thing reminds me of something. Something happened to me with that Social Club. What the hell was it? I can't remember for the life of me, I just remember something. That Social Club thing just triggered some kind of memory in my head, but I can't remember what it was. I can't remember if I got my account banned or something, but I hadn't done anything. It was just, what was it like? I can't remember. I'll have to go and have a look. Sound like an advertiser. It's all good. Like I say, I do. I like Grand Theft Auto, but to be fair, when did it came out in, like, was it 2013 or something? So they've yeah. I'm surprised they weren't kind of on GTA 6 a bit quicker. I know GTA 5, particularly online, has been an absolute cash printing machine for them, but imagine if they had GTA 6 ready to go now, like they'd yeah. So I'm sure, did I see something for it, or something to do with Saints Row? I think they might possibly be releasing another game soon. Unless I dreamt that, but I'm pretty sure it must have been on some like video I seen weeks ago. But I'm sure I remember thinking like, if they get on it early enough, like before GTA, there's definitely a little bit of a gap in the market at the minute, really, since it's been what, 8 odd years since Grand Theft Auto came out. The only game I've spent a lot of money on is SnowRunner. Yeah, I mean, that's the way, like, say for example I've spent, yeah, probably a few £100 on that World of Tanks. Oh yeah, shit, I was just supposed to be travelling through it. But then if you think like Call of Duty, when I used to have to, like, because the way they do it, you just, like, they make a new game every year. I was spending, probably talking a good 80-90 quid, because I'd generally try and get the kind of top edition one. You get more points when you start and all that crap. Yeah. Just generally speaking, I don't really buy a lot of, like, yeah, microtransactions, all that sort of thing, once I've bought a game. But then, yeah, I sort of figured with, like, World of Tanks, I got the game for free, but then obviously, yeah, I bought a few tanks, which I didn't buy them until, like, I don't know, probably thousands of hours into the game. search up how to use custom GTA maps on YouTube. There's a few vids. Custom GTA maps. Is that like online or just single player? Rebel by choice, story time. Again, I need if one triggers in the head, I'll story away. Like I said, I need to write a list. That's what I need to do, so I can read the word. And then I'll remember. You know, this thing could do with a little bit more grip. Or, well, grip, yeah. All these rocks are always a bit awkward, but probably power then. I think I remember this a few weeks ago, but it was a little bit lacking on the power. Just a loaf got that. Inch point. Where are you? Saints Row 2022, August. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool then. That'll soon fly by. When you think, it still feels to me like it was only a couple of weeks ago that it was Christmas, and really we're already like a sixth of the way through the year now. Damn, GTA 5 has been out for almost a decade, and they're still milking it. Yeah, exactly. I mean, funnily enough, sort of, it's probably been out since a similar time when World of Tanks Blitz first come out. But obviously that is one of those games that will just, like, they constantly update the game. So, in theory, there'll never be a sequel to it. But yeah, they have milked the crap out of GTA 5. I don't think they strictly planned on doing it. I think just when GTA Online became such a money-making machine, it was like, yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I think they were just making that much good money that yeah, they had no intention. They just ploughed all their efforts into making more GTA 5 online content, which, like I say, to a degree, I can't really blame them. But for the amount of money they had, they could have, I don't know, in theory, couldn't they have hired even more developers and then kind of done both at the same time? Online you can do jobs which can be anything from an impossible stunt race against other people to golf carts versus rockets. How's it going, Mr. Lone Wolf? I'm just checking in to let you know I'm watching now. Wayne Bratton, I appreciate it. Cheers for popping in. Hope you're enjoying your night. Yeah, this thing is just, I don't know, maybe through this mod it could do with a little bit more on. But I will say, if you do want a mod and you're not that keen on like the crazier OP end of things, this definitely, it still feels like a solid vehicle without doubt. I do have a slight impatient streak on this game. Every now and then I do kind of wish it was Colin McRae Truck Rally. Right, where did these want to go then? Long logs. What? So there. Yeah, that one was long logs, wasn't it? Which I can get from there, but I need... Well, let's just go for it. Might as well do a U-turn. Let's get a bit of daylight. Hello. Is he on? See, along here it gets a good old move on. fair, up here, this snow, for whatever reason, is OP. Maybe not this patch, but once you start going up this hill. I don't know why. It's like super duper death snow. And so it begins. Oh, so we've just got a no worries, dude. What have we done so far? Oh yeah, drove that 7-slot trailer thing. This goddamn horse, I'm sure he's laying on his side when I last looked. Yeah, only really this mission though, isn't it? So once we're on the short logs, that'll be this house near the bog or whatever. Fully done. By choice, only lasted a week on hard mode. What happened in the end then? Did you just get sick of it, or did you like get to a point where you sort of ran out of money and yeah, like couldn't get a trailer to do the next mission, etc. So that's more what I'd be worried about. I'd be pretty pissed off, especially imagine if you spent like 6 months to a year or something on it and then you kind of checkmated yourself. I suppose at that point at least you could just resort, I assume you can still load mods onto it. Do like the money cheat mod. So yeah, just if I had to drive this slow in real life all the time, I think there's a chance I might blow my brains out. Along the journey, just for, I don't know, spice things up a bit. How have your migraines been? I hope they've gotten better. Yeah, do you know what? I've actually gotten like pretty lucky as far as they go. Cheers. I've between like staying awake and being awkward hours the last couple of weeks, I've had a few headaches coming on here and there, but they're not too bad by comparison. When I get a migraine, that's more, yeah, bright lights and that just make me feel sick. It's more that side of it that annoys me with the migraines. A straight up headache where it's just my headaches. Obviously it's not nice, but by comparison I can still, like, yeah, walk into the kitchen with the lights on without feeling like I'm being dropped. Tip them logs. But yeah, no, so not too bad, cheers. Only lasted 2 days, I flipped all of my vehicles and didn't have enough money to recover to the garage. Savage, man. Oh yeah, he's in like his little anchor spot. I'm gonna have to come back that way. I assume for... we can get the long logs. I still have to bring a trailer anyway. What's the other one? Yeah, medium and short. I'm definitely going to have to come back this way. We'll be back low. This mud takes no prisoners. Money not a problem when you can use mods. Just got bored, so started another new game. Yeah, it's the little things I'd miss, just like being able to change the time of day and stuff. Just like being able to recover mainly, yeah, stuff like that is definitely the little things. Do it, trailer. I try not to go rally style, but when the trailer starts flopping around, sometimes a bit of speed. It doesn't really have time to tip. I'm sure I can put through here. Slow. quite like cutting down on it. Stone Branson, do you have Skermatal for your migraine? I don't think so, but there's a chance. I've got some kind of migraine tablets, but I wouldn't have a clue what they're called. To be honest, 99% of the time when I have a migraine, I kind of forget to even take them or anything. And then there's this other thing that's like, it's a bit like another stick thing, a bit like that forehead thing that you rub along your forehead, but there's a different one I've got for migraines. But again, I couldn't for the life of me tell you what's actually in it or anything. Seeing that trailer constantly tip it gives me bad anxiety. I know exactly what you mean. It does me as well. It's a pretty unnerving trailer. It doesn't let you just relax and enjoy the view. Which in theory, if I got the off-road version, then it should stay a bit more planted, but yeah, it's just generally a sketchy trail like that. Just why? Not in deep mud. This thing ticks along pretty nicely. Little things, that's what she said. Better than the big things. She definitely said that. So Branson, it stops there as it's sickness. Yeah, I'll have to check it out. That's the problem is when I when I get a migraine, I usually just go straight to preferably bed. And like I say, yeah, I've got some migraine tablets. I think they're in the drawer in the kitchen, but 99% of the time I don't even remember to take them. One down. Logs. 2 lots of medium planks, in fact. So that'll be a good excuse then to use. Where are we? There we are. That thing. Yeah, no, cheers though for the heads up. I'll check that out. So that's the thing, generally that's why normally I go bed. Pitch black in my room, turn the lights off or whatever. I think that's to a degree, well, it's part of the reason, certainly not the whole reason, but why I generally quite like to be up at night. Is if I ever do get a migraine, it's quite handy that it's completely pitch black outside. Having a migraine in the actual daytime is, yeah, kind of even worse. So just 2 planks. Oh, then we're going to go down there. It's not too bad. Going this way just for the hell of it. If that trailer was just a little bit wider, would make it so much better. Also, the off-road log trailer is worse since it sits a little high. Oh, true. Yeah, it's got like 2 wheels suspension in there. But yeah, they're definitely those trailers and this. Ramp flatbed make me a bit nervous, but probably those logging trailers more so, because yeah, they just sit so high. Oh yeah, I've got my, is it too late? I've got my modded bridge crossing thing. Well, doesn't look the healthiest, but possibly go wrong. Nice. Right. How many slots the other trailer have that looks huge? 7. I thought it'd be an 8 slot, but yeah, it's 7. It does look pretty cool though, and it does look pretty big. That's definitely what she said. Medium. Yeah, it's pretty cool. That's one of the things I wanted to try out, and pretty happy with it. And to be fair, this being the other mod so far, it's feeling pretty good. A little bit like a Tatrin, but with the just, I'd say, more responsive steering for a start, which is nice. It's also pretty quick, if you want it to be anyway. Which I do. So, win-win. What the hell, my R2 button just got stuck again. What the hell's going on there? Feels completely fine then. For once I can blame the control. The throttle actually stuck on me. We took the high-low puts on a 3-week trip around New South Wales at a ripper of one, and the doctor gave me this Dermatol 4. That sounds good though. I'm glad you've been enjoying your time with the old high-low puts. Good to hear it's still doing the business. Talking about migraines has given me one. You don't want that. I think like these sleeping tablets, well again though, I don't know, it's questionable if they're even them that the doctors prescribed. It ended up, I think I'd have been better off without any. I think because they weren't any good, but I was kind of taking them and hoping that they were going to do something, but they didn't. Just ended up making even less chance going to sleep. Like the opposite of a placebo. It's like I was convinced nothing was going to happen, and then it didn't. Making a little control pin come off. Whatever they are, the little rubbery things you can put over the analog sticks. Do you know Info 7 coming out? No, we were just talking about that earlier. Apparently it's not even out on the PTS server thing, like the test server, so we're probably still looking at another good 2-3 weeks. Possibly more, maybe less. I kind of doubt it though. Sorry, I'm just putting this thing back on me. Analog stick before I lose it for life. Once that thing goes, it's gone forever. Right, so that's that one done. So long logs, medium logs, short logs. Typical. Well, for the short logs I might as well go back with that Goliath. Let's go and get some long logs. House on the coast, is that, yeah, where I am now? So that one's short and medium. House in the road, long logs, right, let's go, yeah, let's go and do that one. Hey Lone, sorry, I've got to go to bed. Have a good day. No worries, dude. Cheers for popping in. And yeah, enjoy your sleep, enjoy your weekend. Right, what are we going to do for long logs? Take this out, I suppose. Can have the long log thing on the back, can't it? Yes. What the hell's the difference? Oh, that one then. I don't know if it makes any difference, it just had the letters. It costs money. Gotta be mean it to give. Dev's probably got drafted into the Russian army. You never know, where is this game based? Funnily enough, I've seen someone say on some video about World of Tanks Blitz, because I think they're a Russian company. Yeah, there's that trailer for the other thing. Yeah, it wouldn't let me put it on. I assume though, if I didn't have that long log carrier thing on, it probably would let me have it. Oh, I don't know actually, because that looks like it'd be glitching into the stupid winch things. Really? Just for like sheer belief it was going to equip that, I just automatically hit back afterwards. Why did you not equip it? What's it doing? The add-on required for the trailer. What? Is it just whatever? I don't know what the hell it's doing, but we'll take it. Typical. Well, sorry, I might as well just head there. So this, yeah, the Juggernaut ones. This is like the not Foxes. I think this is the newer one. Did you hear there's a convoy heading towards Washington? I haven't. No, what's going on with that one then? Watch Biden hide and call the National Guard. Fuck Joe Biden. Awesome, that's probably what he will do. I think, to be honest, that Russian-Ukrainian thing going on, I think a lot of kind of politicians and the like have kind of jumped on it just to, it's been a good distraction from their own shit going on. Problem trying to draft pink hair, soil and eating pumpkin spice latte people into the US military. A war will be lost in a week. True, it's probably not going to help the situation. You call me sexist as much as you like, but if I'm ever kidnapped by ISIS, I want the manliest of men. I want to hear Fortunate Son playing on the horizon. I want to hear people saying, "Hoorah, motherfucker," firing miniguns into the air. If someone gets over the radio and says, "Oh, it's Susan, we'll be there in a minute," we're like, "Oh shit." This is not looking good for me and my health. No offense, just it is what it is. What it's worth, if I got my legs blown off, I'd rather a female nurse look after me. The off-road long log trailer doesn't work for me. I wonder if it was to do with like that. I had kind of two options of the front of the long log thing to add on the back of this derry, and one of them had, was it FTD or something? I don't know what that means, but it didn't let me get the normal like back of the long log trailer, but it let me get this one, so I wonder if that's why. I don't really know why it should make a difference, because when I switch between the two, this actual carrier thing didn't actually change in like appearance or height or anything like that. So I'm going to see want more territory, Ukraine and plus 30% to them. I think there's we've got a lot of like natural gas reserves and stuff, but I think part of it is because, not that I'm saying this as in like back in Russia, but from their point of view, I think a lot of like our country, well, NATO is trying to get Ukraine to join NATO, which kind of, it's complicated, but there's like a big plain going into like a big flat area of land, like all of sort of across Ukraine going into Russia, and it kind of widens the further you get into Russia. So the further back Russia would have to defend their own land, like the wider the area, it'd be quite hard to defend. But in theory, if they take Ukraine, and then they could kind of push their, you know, their influence kind of back to back in the day there was like the Warsaw Pact or something, so you had like this row of countries that kind of split NATO and the Soviet Union up, kind of a little bit of a buffer zone. But since then, NATO's kind of been creeping a bit closer and all that, and yeah, I think our countries kind of want Ukraine really to join NATO, because now they've got a shitload of natural gas reserves and all the rest of it. Shell and all the big oiling companies were getting in on it, but then yeah, Russia like annexed Crimea and that. The oil companies pulled out, and Ukraine's blocked a canal that feeds water to Crimea, and yeah, all sounds a bit mad. Like I say, I'm not taking sides either way. It's just some of the stuff I've heard going on. Did it until he got fed up and started invading. They're mad that Russia learned its lesson about collectivism, rejected it, refused to let them inside Russia, and needed to keep nationalist Russia. Green Karen Mukmerty, is it? Yo, how's it going? Good to have you join us. Did I go past a log station? Oh crap, I did. Do you know what? It doesn't look like a log station. That's what confused me. Oh well, it's only just back up the hill. But did it look like a log station? It really didn't to me. It looked like a little place where you pick cargo up. Sure you would love to tip me. So it is. It does actually look like a log station. I'm just buying it. They're not trying to force, trying to rescue ethnic Russians from NWA-controlled puppets in Kiev. Goes back to 2013. That's the thing. I had suspicions when how fiercely our media and, you know, just the general fucking weight of like the social media, like the usual suspects squawking like absolutely 100% anti-Russia instantly, got me already a little bit suspicious. But I certainly wouldn't go as far as say I'm taking sides either way, but yeah, I think there's, like, put it this way, I'd say like England and America, etc., they don't actually, well, not the people, I'd say the government couldn't give a fuck about Ukraine, but they're a handy kind of, I don't know, a hand to be played against Russia kind of thing. So NATO are really going to want Ukraine because it strengthens their position against Russia. Russia really doesn't want them to join NATO because it weakens their position against NATO. So it's one of those sort of like, yeah, our media is going to be like, oh no, the humanity, but in reality, it's kind of like, oh no, the petrodollars we'll be missing out on. That's yeah, what it always comes down to, the old money. Always follow the money. Oh yeah, where's this other? Where did I leave that other? Was it here? Yes. The small log one. That's the one. Fuel. Uh-oh. The accelerator R2 button is not doing too well tonight. Oh, sorry, I can just see that he has the nukes. Alex James told you World War 4 coming for February back in October. I have to say, I did see that a while ago, that he did say it, like, in February 2022. It's funny, as much as like I know Alex Jones is a complete meme at the same time, but as a lot of people have been saying, if I had a quid for every time he was right, I'd have quite a bit of money by now. It's actually quite funny. The civilian in it, the civilian survives now. Sorry, I missed it at the beginning of that. So short logs down to there, innit? Could get them from there. That's actually the perfect amount as well. Do you know what? I may as well, because to be honest, that finishes that logging station off. So I'll just cut across. Yeah, we'll just smash through there somehow. We'll figure it out. In Ukraine, but Canada going full dictator for a bit is troubling. Globalists are always wanting a war. It's how they make money. Yeah, exactly. The military-industrial complex. Ain't gonna buy our own missiles. Like I said, I still think now, like, quite blatant, that's why Biden left all that stuff in Afghanistan, because the American taxpayers lost all that stuff, but now Biden has to reorder all that stuff from the military-industrial complex, so a lot of rich people just got a big fat paycheck when he left all that stuff over there. And yeah, it's funny, like you say, Canada, you look at what Trudeau's doing, it's like, that's some serious, like, dictator level shit. Australia's been at it, they were like going full on Gestapo mode when they're, everyone's like in lockdown. You weren't even allowed to watch the sunset apparently. I have to say, we got off pretty fucking lightly over here. As much as I'm not saying they're the same corrupt fuckers, we've got the same issues over here, but as far as Corona goes, like, they didn't get that serious on it at all, really. Certainly where I live, like, I don't know. Apparently there was lockdowns, but I didn't see anyone. There was people driving around all day, every day, walking their dogs, all sorts of stuff as normal. And then, yeah, because he got caught having a party or something, that's it. All the COVID restrictions are gone now. I'm hoping, oh, sorry. This ain't island, all other countries. Oh shit, I'm gonna click through. It's down there a little bit. Oh no, I'm going to that other one. A hammer. Seems that, well, it helps when you're going down a steep hill, but how the hell I didn't catch on that, I don't know. I'm sorry that none of this happened and how everyone sees Biden as a pussy and taking advantage of it. None of what happened, sorry. Rolled back the act. What was this thing like? Practically. Oh, I was in high again. Rolled back the act, province, Ontario, still at it, bank accounts frozen. Yeah, it's pretty crazy, isn't it? That's why, well, yeah, I don't really. I'm not too keen on banks. I'm not bothered like that, but I don't know. We had to bail them all out in 2008. It's like they can't fail, but I mean, just spunk money at the wall and all sorts. Restrictions in Canada, Fed level, unchanged. You ever look into micro RC crawlers like SCX24? I haven't, no. Micro RC crawlers. Possibly, I've seen various different kind of remote control stuff on YouTube, so I might have seen something similar, but I'm not sort of, I didn't specifically go looking for that. But I do get the odd like remote control videos coming up. I remember watching the like little RC cars that people had set up doing like drifting. Looked pretty cool. We'll have to go get some rest. Hopefully I'll get over this COVID soon. Yeah, hopefully you feel better soon, dude. So if you're on your next go or whatever, hopefully it sort of comes and goes a little bit quicker. Can I even get through there? I don't know. Let's just go this way. Did you know, Lone Wolf, that if you search up, then it has a very interesting result? Search up with what though, dude? Should be able to just cut down there. Find out in a minute. Snorkel. At least the current's going this way. I thought I was going to be going against it. I didn't eat for 3 days. Someone told me I had COVID. No, I was depressed. True, it doesn't do the old appetite any favours. I have a 110 scale RC cooler recently ran to the snow pal. It sounds pretty cool. My brothers used to have the nitro, nitro cars, like I don't know, just like sort of like 4x4, yeah, nitro remote control cars that were pretty rapid. They got some of the quick ones that must have done a good 50 odd mile an hour, I would have thought. It was pretty handy as well, because where we lived at Billing Aquadrome, there's kind of when the shows went on and stuff, there was just kind of like loads of empty field space really where the shows would be, so there's plenty of place to go flying around with the remote control cars. I never got one myself. To be honest, I just kind of like watching them race theirs around. Do it, trailer. No, winch. There's a truck mod with a truck that has 100,000 gallons of fuel. It should get you by. All this just to and then it does that anyway. Oh no, and it's limited logs, isn't it? That moves small, that one is son of a bitch. So that's a prime example where I would just turn off the game and reload it. To the point where I don't even consider it cheating. I consider it getting back to even after the game's just cheated me. I'll have to get a log crane really. I'll go somewhere else with small logs. I don't think there's anywhere that's kind of like quick. So sent to it retroactively called it illegal, and then banks promised immunity under Act. .110 is cool, but the little ones are fun to stack books and drive around the house. That would definitely be pretty cool. Like, I have had little mini RC cars, but they were, I don't know, probably a lot less fancy. They were kind of probably like a 10 quid thing. I remember getting the little remote control helicopters as well that were like tiny little things sort of fit in the palm of your hand. Used to love it. used to stick like a cotton bud as well in the front of one, and it'd weigh the nose down so it'd fly forward really quick, and then chase the dog around with it. But he loved it. He'd bite it out of it. Oh yeah, just bite it. That's why those remote control helicopters didn't last too long. Something with a bloody logging crane. Most of us had COVID, no doubt, and never knew it. True, I think a lot of people probably did. Like I say, there's a chance I might have. Yeah, someone with a logging crane, which I don't think I have, but you never know. I have, you know, felt a bit ill here and there since it's all started, so there's a possibility. But it's sort of the same reason why I don't really want to get the jab, because yeah, if my asthma was like really, really bad or whatever, I mean it's not great, but I don't know, just my age and all the rest of it, oh yeah, I'll sort of take my chances. No, so I wasn't blind, I thought then not. I'm sure I didn't see a crane. It's weird because it had the long login stuff. Normally it lets you have a crane when you got that sort of stuff. Do I want to take it? It's just, no, I can't. It's so painfully slow, I can't do it to myself. Again, I need to review it really, but I sort of don't want to. But I do need to. Seems to me that people who get the shot get COVID, just an observation. I've definitely, yeah, I've seen certain things that, like, I wouldn't say it's completely the case, but I've certainly seen situations where, yeah, I've heard of like families where sort of half have been vaccinated, half haven't, and the ones that had the vaccine were the ones that ended up getting it. But like I say, I've also heard vice versa and all sorts, so. Yeah, you never know, but preferably it's the same with anything. Like I said, for years I was supposed to have the flu jab, but I never do. Why am I doing a loaf up? Why am I doing a loaf up? Oh yeah, I was supposed to get something with a crane. I literally just went autopilot mode then and built a loaf. It was just from sheer like muscle memory. I didn't even realise I was doing it. That's how easy it is to build a loaf. Toy Helio that was tied to a string and always got a kick out of that. Is that way like you just pull it and it goes flying off like from a little kind of handheld thing you've got? If so, I believe I had the same things as a kid, and yeah, again, I was thinking about this the other night. Like, it's pretty sad in a way that, like, I reckon the sort of around the 80s and 90s were probably the best time in the history of the world in terms of like you've got everything modern in the sense of like antibiotics and all that sort of stuff. But it was just before the computer age, when now everything's online and it's all kind of, yeah, the concept of not just privacy, but you know what I mean. Everyone's like instantly, you can get hold of everyone on a mobile and all the rest of it. Whereas, yeah, I kind of witnessed it more as a kid, but you'd go out for the day, like, didn't have mobile phones. No one could just ring you. We certainly didn't have internet or anything back then. One of these has got to have a bloody crane. Like a logging crane. Jesus Christ. I'm just gonna buy something, man. Why is everything not got a logging crane? That'll have one. Oh, fucking hell, no, it's all locked. comparison in Winnipeg, not a bad way. Diesel fuel comes out to 7 something, was that a gallon? Yeah, it's getting pretty dear, isn't it? I still think it's dear over here, but generally speaking, I think that's just always going to be the case. Like over in America and Canada, I think I've got sort of more of kind of like your own supplies. Well, see, that's another thing. Like, it shows you America's interest with Ukraine. You had Hunter Biden on one of the energy companies. Nancy Pelosi's son was on one of the other ones as well. And, like, definitely at the same time that Biden was pushing for America not to be energy independent. Because for a while you guys were, weren't you? I think you're actually exporting energy. Which, to be honest, I think like you may as well just kind of make hay while the sun shines. Because in the long run they're going to get cars to be electric. So I don't think there'll ever be a time where oil is worth fuck all, but skip ahead 100 years from now, there's going to be a lot more people obviously in electric vehicles. I should imagine the demand for oil is going to drop. Get in on lithium, I reckon. I remember as a kid I used to get flu shots and was always sick after that. Yeah, same here. That's why, like, I used to have them, yeah, when I was kind of like a teenager, and then after a couple of times I was like, fuck this. Like, yeah. Like, the solution to me maybe getting the flu is to give me the flu. I don't like that idea. I'll just risk getting the flu, maybe. Which again, if I was like 80 and on a ventilator and all the rest of it, maybe I'd consider it, but at my age, if I can, yeah, just skip it, and I will. You pay tax on the fuel tax plus carbon taxes. Exactly, that's what I think the big scam with like going over to green energy. It's the same thing going on here. Is if you look into it, really, it's all the big energy companies like Shell and BP, and you'll have it over in America like Exxon or whatever it'll be, and all that. They're the ones that are buying into like a lot of these wind farms and solar energy and all stuff like that, and that in and of itself is not a bad thing at all. But then our government are giving them grants and giving them like massive tax cuts and all this to build it, but then they're framing it in the context of like, oh, the globe's going to end global warming and all this shit, to sort of frame it as like, oh, it's gonna, your electric bills are gonna go up, but we have to do this to save the planet. Whereas it's like, in reality, a bunch of windmills in a field is going to produce electric a lot cheaper than the cost of building an oil rig, floating it out to sea, drilling thousands of meters into the ground, pumping oil out, shipping it around the world, refining it, shipping it around the world some more, etc, etc. And yeah, plus with all the government like throwing tax money to build the wind farms and all the rest of it, is like, our electric bills should be plummeting. We should bordering on like a public electricity supply, like if it's built by the government kind of thing, then it should just be part of our, yeah, that's what our taxes bought kind of thing. But it's being framed in a way where like they're just raking the money in. It's just, again, like they business, but it's, I don't know, not sportsmanlike. That's what I think is going on. Not a part of it anyway. Is this thing even going to make it? Well, it'll probably make it over there, but where did I drop the logs? Oh, it was right on the bloody station, wasn't it? So if you see I should comment, you'd know why. Yeah, we will not, we'll not mention that. The EPA strength of our industry, the Environmental Protection Agency. I think the UK being sold down the river, so Bojo can get a piece of tail. True, I think we've all been getting sold down the river for, yeah, since before a lot of us were born, to be honest. Sadly, it's been going on for quite a while. Seriously miss a high gear. Still, for like basically a stock truck, it's not doing too bad. So I don't think I upgraded anything once I seen that the engine's not going to let me do anything. Just yeah, it doesn't make sense. You think you can inject every disease into you and you'll be okay. Those diseases are messing with your brain. In some cases, the thing that sort of concerns me with the COVID one is there's like a protein in it, does some phase shift, and they have to kind of lock it into place part the way through its phase transition or whatever it is. And they were using HIV to lock it in place. And then the other thing, it's got RNA in it, which kind of messes with your DNA and all the rest of it. Yeah, again, it could be fine, but if I can go without, then I'd rather, if I can help it. At least it's pretty long. She said, let me down now. Worked better than I thought. Wolf, do yourself a favour on non-gaggle web search, actually Google, find Stefan Molyneux, the story of your enslavement, 15 minutes and you'll get it all. I might have seen that before. I know what you mean with that Stefan Molyneux. For a double, because I have none of it. But the only thing I don't like about these cranes is like the neck of it is so weak that because I haven't got the log in the middle yet, and then eventually it just, like I said, it's like those arcade machines that are rigged, so you're supposed to drop it. Jesus, look at it! It's like a maniac. I bet they won't be neat enough. I like using Bartelbu's Goliath as a log crane truck. Sure, I've got that somewhere. I'm pretty certain I've got the mod on. We'll lift the crane out of the way. All three have got a little red dot next to them, but I don't even know what it's going to want me to do with them. They look pretty on to me. Oh, great. How are they just phasing through the side? I don't know, I think something's going wrong with it. I'm aborting. Plan B. So the cranes actually reach the trailer. Rare that we do. That crane actually, to be fair, had some fairly decent reach. It's still iffy. Yeah, I consider debt cattle. Farmers don't give out benefits, healthcare for our benefit. No, true. It is a. It's definitely all runs around debt. That's why, like, people who, like, mathematically, the money, unless they do something, will kind of collapse in the end, because each year when you make the money, they don't create the money needed to pay the interest on it. So each year they need to create enough debt to cover the previous year's debt plus interest. So it keeps going up, but then obviously eventually, it's not exponential, but it'll keep getting more and more and more, and we're kind of getting to that point. I mean, that's what I mean, kind of, we've, been sold down the river since before we were born, really. I mean, like, say them for, like my age, go back sort of 20 or 30 years, house prices were something like a third, if that, of what they are now. Oh no, I want to go no. Whereas, yeah, the earnings haven't really gone up anywhere near that. So, long story short, yeah, get on the property ladder is a shitload harder than it used to be. And, yeah, that's just one element of it. There's a mod that adds the log carrier crane from the Mustang pack to more trucks. Best crane in the game. Yeah, I do. I like that. The Mustang pack. I'd normally have it on all the time. It's just that it takes a hefty chunk of memory. But yeah, I believe they did add something, didn't they? Where you could just get the crane from it, which is pretty cool. Chickens and cattle get antibiotics, vet care, food and water. Out of compassion or empathy. Everything's business. We've got to follow the money. Which that's really, when you look at, like, say that Russia and Ukraine, a lot of it is natural resources, but there is also, like, again, I'm not siding with Putin, but I can see from his point of view what he can see going on. But again, that doesn't mean I'm agreeing with him. It's the same as saying, like, Kim Jong-un is clearly a bit of a lunatic, but if you put yourself in his shoes, you can see why he's like, fuck it, I'll make nukes and try and fucking get everyone, because it'll only be a matter of time before he's probably removed or something. One thing, I was watching a couple of the videos of, like, the stuff going on in Ukraine and Russia, and it's pretty crazy to see, because, like, everyone's, you know, got mobile phones now and they can just upload it straight to the internet and all that. It's pretty crazy to see, just, like, yeah, sort of war going on that close. There was one pretty mad video where someone in, like, some kind of building, and you've seen a plane flying in, just kind of off to the left of where they're filming out the window, and then it launched a missile at the building that they were in, and it was like, it's pretty insane to see. It's like surreal. I can still get, oh yeah, it's just a lot longer. This map is definitely a pretty sizable map, really. Sorry, you see out the golden years of the 80s. That's what, like, I was sort of thinking the other day in a bit of a sort of nostalgic kind of sad way, where it's like it'll never be like that again, because now we're at the point with computers and all the rest of it. Like that little window, say the 80s and 90s, I'm sure for various people like the 60s, 70s, etc. who were awesome. I'm not saying they weren't, but if you sort of have the balance between stuff was yeah, pretty modern still in the 90s and all that, but I don't know, just before computers, and it was pretty good. Well, anyway, World War III starts. Might go back to the Stone Age. The 80s, graduated in 82, prime of my life. I was only born in 88, but I enjoyed them 2 years that I can't remember, but I heard good things about. Well, like I said, even when it was the 90s, it's we didn't just suddenly upgrade to everything 90s, so I kind of grew up with a lot of 60s, 70s and 80s stuff, really. And it's funny as well, like, looking back, how much some stuff, like, imagine the stuff you just had as a kid, how much it'd be worth if you kept it all, like, but again from kids, like the Sega Mega Drive, the Nintendos, the just stuff like that, and then I don't know, certain furniture we had as well that was sort of back before the days of like flat pack stuff. So really, it was like solid wood shit, really. It probably just got thrown in the tip in the end, which is pretty sad. In favour of some flat pack shit. Sadly, government's not above using human shields. Yeah, that's the thing. That's what, like, sort of why I'm not picking either side of that Russian thing going on, because sort of say then the Western countries that make up NATO, they kind of want Ukraine to be on the table, and they're not really going to care if Ukraine gets bombed in the meantime, if you know what I mean. Like, Ukraine as an asset on the table is worth more to them than any people in Ukraine, so there's no fucks given kind of on either side. Like I say, it's pretty brutal. It's not good for the Ukrainian people, definitely not. But they are kind of being used as a bit of a pawn. Yeah, kind of on both sides, but I don't know, it's a bit like, imagine, say, just America, because it's easier to sort of explain with states, but imagine you got the United States of America, and then, say, Texas said, oh, we're just joining Mexico now, but then it just so happened as well that most of America's energy reserves were in the ground under Texas. You know, America would kind of be thinking, well, I'm not too keen on Texas just leaving to become part of Mexico and taking a fat wedge of what was our energy reserves that's now just became theirs. Good job this one's unlimited. I'm not being impressed with that to bring on the crane. Yeah, oh, maybe we'll go this way. I've got to go back to the south of the map again. Born 76, memory fragments, date to 8485, clear memory 86 onwards. I think, yeah, I can sort of remember, I can definitely remember like the early 90s. A bit hazy in my teenage years, just a lot of going out and messing around and, yeah. That whole kind of, I don't know, 15 to 20, a little bit of a blur. Stephen King house. Article board is the real evil in the world, didn't even care to make decent plywood. That's true, actually, I know what you mean. Well, randomly enough, in my hallway, if I don't do anything, one of the few things I got when my dad died, I've got some real wooden table. I don't know, it's apparently pretty nice. Again, it's kind of abandoned in the hallway. Put a blanket on it so my cat, he likes sitting on it. There's a cat stool. But yeah, it's like a solid wood table. Apparently it's not worth loads, but you know what I mean. It's definitely not flat pack. And again, I'm at like a bit of a hoarder, but it's turning out like, even already, like, I hoarded Pokémon cards. Not got loads, certainly not, but yeah, they're actually worth quite a lot of money, considering like they're only from, say, 99, 2000. They've gone up in value quite a lot. And yeah, that M-Tech BMW I've got that I've kind of been hanging on to for dear life. Yeah, I paid 900 for that. And I definitely need to spend probably 5, 6, 7 grand on it now to get it fully, like, back to mint condition, but could theoretically get 20, 25 grand. I'm still going the right way, aren't I? Yeah. I forget how long this map is. Like, you feel like you've covered more of it, but you haven't. They want the land and its resources, yeah. But in theory, like, I think Russia said they'll kind of stop if Ukraine agrees never to join NATO, and then America and, like, or NATO pulls its troops back kind of out of what used to be the Warsaw Pact thing with Poland and all that, and Latvia, I think, and some other country. So, which America and NATO and that are never going to do, most likely. But I'm just saying, yeah, in theory, the NATO side of things could end it all today. I know it's a slippery slope, one of them, like, you don't give in to demands, but I don't know. If Russia was trying to get Texas to join Russia, do you know what I mean? Now you'd sort of be like, oh, hang on a minute. So yeah, like I say, I'm not siding either way. I'm fully aware that NATO and my country are just as fucking corrupt. So I'm certainly not going to take a, I don't know, some kind of moral high ground on it. Because they're, yeah, they're all as bad as each other. We'll compare USA equal to USSR, China and Germany. So I just missed the end of that one. That's the thing though, it's not the people of those countries, it's just the sneaky beasts running it. Said it last week, the WEF invaded instead. So much for peace. True. The thing is, even in my lifetime, like, there's been wars pretty much constant, isn't there? There is all throughout history, not that it's a good thing. But yeah, the old war machine never seems to end. Why is forget them pointers? Yeah. Oh shit, I'm still gotta go and get medium logs. Oh, I can actually go to that other where I lost the short logs. I think that had medium logs there. Jesus Christ, the understeering. It's not just this vehicle, it's like this game. I don't even think I've played another game that's got me used to any other driving. I don't know how. I've not really done a lot like in this last week, just because these yeah, useless sleeping tablets have kind of been here, there and everywhere. Old cars are crazy expensive nowadays. Dad tells stories about Chargers being $500 and Derbys being a huge thing to do. Now those same cars, I know it's insane, even if you watch something like the really early Top Gears, they'll blow a car up that you think now is like, fucking hell, you wouldn't do that these days. And yeah, as I said years ago as well in the Isle of Man, my brother bought, I'm sure, yeah, it was a Cortina, I'm sure it was, that was, whatever it was something like a Cortina or a Granada or something. I'd have to ask him, but it was like immaculate. Whoever had owned it had kept it mint, and he bought it and entered it into like a destruction derby. But back then, everyone was like, "Oh, it's sort of a pretty sick thing to do," just because it was such a nice, immaculate example of that car. But back when he did it, the actual car, it was like, yeah, you pick them up for like a few £100 kind of thing. Especially in the Isle of Man, back then he, yeah, he was literally buying cars like every week because he knew a guy who owned the scrapyard. And cars over there, you don't need an MOT, so pretty much if the car ran, you could drive it. Because he lived in like the middle of nowhere, which is a pretty hard thing to do in the Isle of Man. But he lived there. Oh, what the hell? Foxdale and all that. Most of you probably never heard of it, but kind of in the middle of nowhere, and yeah, he just used to buy cars every week and go and race them around there until they go bang, and then trade them in at the scrapyard for another snotter, and then yeah, rinse and repeat pretty much. Right, medium logs. What vehicle are we going to take? Could take this thing with a medium log trailer. Let's just recover it though. Can't be bothered driving it back. Yeah, imagine Chargers like back in the day. If you knew to just start buying up a load of Dodge Chargers and all that sort of stuff when they were cheap. I mean, again, yeah, that Beamer I bought 900 quid, and back then they were kind of 500 quid to £1,000. You'd get a pretty nice £1,000. You'd get a fairly nice like 325, and yeah, nowadays you excuse me, for a nice 325 that's like roadworthy and all the rest of it, you're probably talking easily £5,000, probably getting on for like 8 odd these days. I assume that should just be a medium log trailer. It doesn't say, but it doesn't say small, so I know. How's deduction? 2002 Rolls Royce, 70,000 miles, was over 250k new. Now it's 120k. It's crazy. Even just stuff over here, like say an old, well, not even that old, like a Mercedes AMG, like because I looked at it when I got the M5. I was looking at what one was it? It was a 6.3 litre. Is it V12? I think it might have been. I can't remember what AMG it was though. E63 AMG? I can't remember. Whatever it was anyway, it was like, yeah, 120 odd grand brand new. And they were like 15 or 18 grand or something, and it's like, it's a shitload of car for the money. Again, I mean, the M5 was just shy of 100 grand. It might have even been over 100 once you add all the optional extras on. Because just stupid stuff like mine had the full leather, where the dashboard was leather as well. It sounds like it'd be shit, but it was actually really nice. But my brother's M5 didn't have the full leather option, but it was still full leather interior, like the seats and everything. But yeah, it was apparently it was £5,000 for that optional extra, just to have a leather dashboard. And the fact that we both had an M5 and could see the dashboard side by side, I'll admit, it was definitely a nicer dashboard, but just it's funny that, yeah, people have got a load of dough to be able to just spend £5,000 to have a leather dashboard. Again, I don't blame them or envy them, good for them. To be honest, if I ever had that sort of money, I don't know if I could do it though. There's too much good old cool shit that I'd happily own. I'm not going completely the wrong way, but I kind of am. Oh no, I haven't. Do you guys know who Doug DeMoro is? I do, yeah, I know who you mean. I've seen some of his videos, not like watched shitloads of them, but yeah, I definitely I know who you mean. Sorry, I've seen hi there, but I couldn't see who said it, but hello. Sivan Trees, just think about Dukes of Hazzard. I'd like to see that adjusted for the current price of car. Yeah, exactly. Even in the Dukes of Hazzard film they made, probably 10 or 15 years ago now, really, but I think like 42 or 43 Dodge Chargers I think they bought and destroyed a lot of them for that. I think obviously some of them that they bought weren't necessarily in like mint condition, and then they'd use them for like certain crash scenes or whatever, but yeah, it's pretty crazy. I mean, cars they've gone up way more than money. If you invested in, oh, for example, and I looked at it, I wasn't that, like, it's very unlikely I ever would have actually bought it at the time, but I remember looking at Jaguar E-Types when they were about 20 or 30 grand, and yeah, they're sort of 100 to probably getting on for $250,000 for like the sort of nicest low mile sort of rare example or whatever. Wolf, say hi to Wolf. How's it going, Wolf? They destroyed a car a week doing that show. Yeah, it's definitely crazy. Even just, yeah, any old shows or whatever from the 80s. Well, like I said, stuff like, say, Top Gear and that type of thing going back to, say, like the late 90s and early 2000s. They'd be crashing, yeah, an old, like, E30 BMWs. I mean, even on one of the Top Gears that wasn't that old, they all went and got an old E30, like 325s. Now, I think they were proving the point, like, they all bought the same car, but just how different they were because of who had owned them and what they'd done to them or whatever. But yeah, like I said, they're worth a lot these days. And I'm hoping one day my M-Tech will be worth quite a bit, because the M3, they're selling for kind of 60 to 120 grand these days already. And my M-Tech is basically the first right-hand drive M3. It's a shitload rarer than the M3. As I said, I believe there's only 298 ever made. And yeah, mine's like a D-Reg, which most of them are E-Regs. Not many are D-Regs, and I believe mine's like, I think they got released on the 1st of May, and mine's dated on like the 5th of May, so mine's got to be kind of one of the first 10 or 20 that got released. So yeah, just in general, like everything, it ticks all the right boxes. Do you know what, I'm going to turn around before, otherwise the same thing will happen in that tree. It's just inflation, either, but old muscle cars like Chargers are collector's items now. That drives them up even more on top of inflation. Yeah, no, true, it is like collector's stuff to a degree, but just the actual rate at which some of the right cars are flying up, and not strictly just because of the rarity of them, but it's like they're becoming such a solid investment now that, yeah, like a lot of investors are investing in cars over property even these days. I remember, yeah, just over the years I've seen a few videos on YouTube of various people talking about it as well, and yeah, I remember one specifically with the Jaguar E-Type where some guy, I think, had bought a few of them. He's yeah, sat on quite a nice lump now. And again, really, like I say, I paid 900 quid for that BMW, and as I said, I'd have to spend probably minimum 5, probably near a 7, but that'd be getting it preferably like acid dipped, resprayed, the engine reconditioned, and all put back together. And yeah, I'd say already like 25 grand wouldn't be unrealistic. I've seen them sell on eBay for 20 to 25, and again, some of them are E-Regs, and there's various little things that, yeah, there's not really anything about mine that is a negative to it. It's 325 IS, short ratio gearbox. Yeah, Dolphin Grey, I don't know, sort of. Yeah. And I didn't strictly hang on to it like purely from like, oh, it'd be worth a load of money. I just really like the look of it and everything. But I also, like, I knew to a degree it'll go up a little bit, but yeah. But in theory, if it gets onto the same lines as like the M3, it could suddenly jump up into the, yeah, over 100 grand range, which would now be kind of like, that'll be a chance for me to get on the property ladder or something. I mean, again, I remember looking at when I was about 18 and that, looking at like M3s and stuff, and even back then they were only like 15, 20 grand, and like I said, now they're probably north of 100 for a good condition one, which if you're paying 20 odd grand back then, it would have been a good condition one. Saw a ragtop cherry red Jag XK898 sold in 2001. Wholesale thing sold for near 40k. Yeah, XK, I remember them. It's funny as well, because when I was at a paper round, and I used to deliver to like what would be like the poshest part of the village. It was like some little private long driveway, load of fully grown trees. It's called like strawberry gardens or something. It's just like a row of mansions basically. And yeah, one of the women there had a XK8, but it was probably a 98 as well, maybe. But again, you're going back to like, yeah, 2000, 2001, so it was pretty new. Right. I don't know if I'm going to attempt another fat mission. We'll have a look. Right, there's none left on that. There's only 2 on that. And there's only 1 on that. So I might just get a couple of these done and then call it a day. Because, yeah. And then next week, I'll probably get 1 or 2 of these done. And then the week after, another one. And then, yeah, that's going to be about it. I'm going to have to find something else. Oh yeah, so let's go and grab these. I want to take this truck out again a bit. Just so I'll probably need to recover it and get a crane. So now you convince me my field of 4 busted 90s work trucks is actually a field of gold. It is, dude. I'd love a field with 4 old rusted 90s things going on it. Living the dream. I just need a piece of land and 4 old rusty things and I'm good to go. But I would literally, again, I'd be the perfect redneck. If I was somehow like a multi-millionaire redneck, my god, I'd probably own like my own personal scrapyard. The thing is, I really like cars in general, and I like, I don't know, scrapyards are pretty cool. Just old stuff, but yeah, you'd be sitting on some right good stuff. I've got loads of little like toy cars, like model cars or whatever as well, that I saved when I was a kid, but I've got all boxed up somewhere. Not sure if they'll be worth a lot or not. Again, I'm not really hanging on to them. I am just generally a bit of a hoarder. It's nice to know if stuff's going up, but strictly speaking, like, yeah. I mean, like, again, my BMW, for example, I'd rather hang on to it, but it's nice to know that it could potentially be worth up to 25 if I put the money into it. And I wouldn't have to put anywhere near 25 into it. Not sure if I'll be able to get a crane on this as well as this trailer, but in worst case I'll just bring another truck with a crane. But yeah, if the right money came along, then it's nice to know it's there. Same with like the Pokémon cards and stuff. The actual ones I collected as a kid are all in too much of a rough condition that they'd never really be worth shitloads, but I've got some other ones that are completely mint condition. I've got one called a Ghost Pikachu, I think that's pretty rare. So I like had a first edition stamp on it, but it was like the ink almost faded, so it barely printed it, so they just call it like, because it's almost invisible, they just call it Ghost Pikachu, but that's probably worth a couple £100. Got a few error cards. It seems like dropping the hammer as well. It's got the fuel and everything. Have you heard? Oh, sorry, dude. Why do you need to space it out? Wasn't you working on a mod map prior to season 6? Just go back to that. I'd have to look, to be honest. I can't remember if I've deleted it or not for another map. Again, if we had more save slots, that would definitely help the situation. Even what we got 4, if they had even 6, even 5, It'd be nice. Preferably 10, to be honest. Pretty bloody good, because then I could get like 5 different mod maps on the go. I'd have to have a look. I can't remember if I did delete it or not. What was it? Lake Cope, I think it was, wasn't it? My wife says I have a scrapyard. Nothing wrong with a scrapyard. Oh, there is something on there. So Netflix, I assume. I don't know what it's called now, but there's some guy in either America or Canada, possibly, that seemed to have spent his life. I think he was in construction, but he was buying like just old cars, like from the sort of 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, that sort of thing, American stuff, and just sticking it in his field. And then now, kind of years later, there's stuff there that if he kind of tows it up to his garage and fixes it up, there's some dough to be made now, because he's sat on them for so long that, in theory, if he gets them all fixed up, there's like a good few million quid's worth there. I can't remember what the thing is called, but it's on Netflix anyway. He looks like a bit of a hippie sort of guy. It was pretty cool. He seems like a pretty nice dude. Lots of mod maps, bringing a few mod trucks. JBE, Tatrin, Voron, Dolphin. Sure, I think I've got the Tatrin as well. I had to turn that off last week, so I think it deleted all the ones I did have. I'll soon get them back. Again, that's the issue though, it's memory-wise, is getting any of these new mod maps. I'm going to have to go through really and just start deleting some of the mods that I've kind of been using, which I don't really want to, but I'm just running out of space for everything at the minute, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. I don't know anything about cards, but it scares me that I could easily throw away thousands in ignorance. Yeah, true, definitely it's you definitely don't want to throw stuff like that away just in case, because, for example, there's like you got Pikachu, and then the thing that evolves from him is called Raichu. I can't remember what the error is, but there's an error card of that Raichu, and I think there's only one been found so far, and that's worth like, was it 120 grand, but it could be more just for one card. Nearly as well, years ago, I nearly bought a box, like a sealed box of Pokemon cards for 900 quid. I think they're selling for about 14 or 15 grand now. The only reason why I'm not kicking myself too bad or anything is there's an extremely high chance that if I'd bought the box, I would have opened them. I wouldn't be able to resist. So I still wouldn't have ended up with a full box. But yeah, just stuff like that. I mean, yeah, Pokemon cards, if there's that rare chance, if you've got the one that's a rare one or an error or whatever. I mean, there's one that's like a square, so it didn't get cut properly, so it's like a really sharp-edged square card. Oh, so this can't have a crane. One of them was called Blastoise, and I think that's, is it 100 grand or something? And the guy who owns the only one in the world says, if anyone has another one, I'll buy it off you for 50 grand. Because then obviously if you've double the amount of the cards exist, it'll half the price. But yeah, it's crazy how much some of them are worth. So you don't have to obviously get into Pokemon. I only remember it because I was prime age when I was a kid that come out. But yeah, from a business standpoint, you can make a shitload of money in stuff like that. Aussie man, don't have to keep it. What's that? Is that the mod maps? It's getting the room to, like, because once I delete one, I can't go back. Well, I can, but then obviously I've like undone all the progress that I originally got. But I can't have more than one mod map at a time because I've already used my other 3 save slots. I don't know what vehicle to take. Could take a goddamn horse. I'm not anti that. Alright, Nutter. Right, so we're going to need something that has a crane. Let's have a look what we got in here. What's up, mate? Oh, there's the twice twin stair. Yeah, solid. Right. In fact, yeah, if we get that, I can still have 4 slots. That's close enough. I might have to take them to load. When's that time? I sent a wish list to Saber for more slots in memory, yeah. But if we could get more slots, more memory, and... Oh shit, I did think of something else. And then I forgot. Oh yeah, the ability to reset missions. Again, if they let us reset the missions, that'd kind of buy them a bit of breathing space as far as like getting the phases out, because it'd at least, I don't know, distract us for a little bit. That'll do. Where we go? Oh yeah, cellulose thing. Right, let's activate the mission or help. Was it this? Yep. I head there. Where the hell have I got to take it? Oh, there. Get a bit of daylight. Cat is in the room, I heard the meows, he's here. Oh yeah, shit. Not a good attempt at daytime. Here we go. The only mod map I really got into was that Red Rock or something like that. It felt unique enough. Yeah, see, I did with that as well. I explored the map and then got a couple of the missions done, but then I had to delete that. Oh shit, that I left the winch on. Yeah, I had to delete that for something else. And then, I can't remember if I did delete Lake Cope or not. I might not have, but there was another map recently that I downloaded. Which one was it? Oh, it might have been the Bog, and I can't remember if I've deleted Lake Cope to load the Bog up. Everything feels a little bit odd in high gear today. Rebel salute. The damn horse. Why is it not dropping the hammer? Ah shit. I think I know why. Because I just bought this and I'm assuming I didn't tune it up. I just put a crane on it. That could be why. Definitely not the twice twin steer that I'm used to. High gears on none of them. Yeah, you didn't upgrade. You messed that one up a bit. Sure we got a moral support line. Nice. To be fair, for a completely stock twin steer, it's doing alright. Obviously, it's Fox's twice twin steer. These came out of nowhere, obviously. It's funny, I was seeing a meme the other day that there's a copper pulling someone over, and it said, "Is there anything in the car I should know about?" And the guy's like, "Nah, just stuff you shouldn't know about." And Copper's like, "Alright, enjoy your evening." I'm back. Don't think I'll be able to reach the trailer though. What's going on? Tires are jiggling. Why is it doing? It must do that gearbox thing then. Yeah. I don't know, jiggly gearbox. That's a scientific term for it. It's definitely not got the old pushing power though, like the good old classic twin steer. Missing this engine. Just me, the front tyres weren't even moving. Uh-oh. Should just be able to stack them on myself. jackknife and it might reach. I just tried that, but for some reason it didn't really. Kind of let me jackknife about 90 degrees, if that. As the thing, apparently called the Tom, like that attaches the trailer to my truck, it's a bit short on this trailer. Like the same 2-slot trailer, but with the double-sized wheels and all the rest of it, or double axles. That's got like a longer hitch on it, and it I think would do a bit better. Worst case, I can disconnect the trailer. I'll have to do it that way. That's why it's quite handy really when some people have done the mods where you can put a crane on like the back of the vehicle at the very back, so at least you can reach more stuff once you've done that. It's really plowing its way through the water that fast. Let's go get out of this current. Just another loner, Even Wolf, how's it going, dude? I'm not liking this current. I'm gonna have to. Oh, too hard, dude. Bastard. I hear how there's like no engine noise now. It's just gone. It's not revving like it was about 10 seconds ago. Yeah, you're low. Couldn't leave him behind. Right now, he's probably got more horsepower. You're not getting there. It's pretty slow. All works out pretty nicely, so I should be able to just sandwich both of them. Oh God. That's what stock things were like. Oh my God. Get it before it can't reach. Pins there, but I can actually get out of this without wind. Live chat to actually what's on screen is way off timing, is it? Stakes on that trailer always seem to get in the way. It's certainly not helping. close to it now. I'm going to have to go across that awkward bit. So this is where, if the loaf had a crane, I could send them in. To be fair, this twice twin still is a lot better planted than the normal one, so it should be alright. So yeah, this I'm not even really blaming on the stock twin steer. This section is just horrifically slow. Every time, no matter what vehicle. Except actually that Juggernaut Derry seems to do alright through here. Honestly, that 2-slot flatbed should be able to haul logs. It's basically the same as a logging trailer. True, it'd be nice if it could. But yeah, I think that's far too nice and convenient for the devs. They like it the hard way. That's what she said, of course. Talk about hardcore mode. True, it's not really helping, is it? Right, well, first thing is get rid of these first. How long this is going to go, but we'll find out. Is this vanilla twin steer or mod sending the loaf? It's the mod, but I forgot to upgrade anything on it, so it's a stock mod that probably works out pretty similar, to be honest, to yeah, just like the normal twin steer. I'm hoping it's a bit better planted. I'd happily send in the loaf, but until this game gives him a crane, I won't be able to grab this, whatever the hell it is I'm getting. What was it? Cellulose. Can we be cheeky? Do the old ET neck? Yes. Yes we can. Right, now we've got to get out of it. Be interesting. It's still the world's weakest crane. Oh wait, let's get a bit of daylight. Good win. A bit risky, but a lot more risky with the lack of power. But we do have a goddamn horse on board, so I'll support life, save the day again. Lovely jubbly. I need to see if anyone's made a loaf body for my SCX-24 mini-crawlers. That would be the perfect combination. Goddamn little horse flying around. That's a good point actually. A remote control loaf would help until I bag the real thing. Imagine that loaf and a Russian crane. Would make it work. Like I said, it needs a saddle as well. Oh shit, am I even going the right way? Oh, I think I am. Yeah. I've got an arrow on my head. I actually made it through there in high. It won't when we get to the top of the top up here, but nothing does. Now-ish. Stayed in high, but I suppose I think it would when it just wheel spin. This last time and I dropped everything off manually. Oh, so it is doing manual loading mine. That's weird. I'm sure when I did it last time though, it then offered me the chance to just unload it, like, or, yeah, whatever, automatically. Oh shit, did I not unpack? Hell? I'm sure I winched that. Just trying to read the comments, I didn't notice for a few seconds. Oh my god, crane. Have some strength. Nice if you could see the that one where it reaches. We're gonna get a 2 for 1 then. If I recall, oh no, in real life is it RC loaf? Hit to hold you over till you find a full size one. What are they called? Is it like UAZ? What the hell was it? It was something like 453. They're like Cold War spy names. Could write to Putin, see if he'll change it to a goddamn horse, but I don't know. Happy days. Another one down. Yeah, to be honest, I can't be bothered driving that back because it's horrifically slow. No. Yeah, I might call it a day there because as things are running a little bit low. Taking me loaf back though. Oh, there it is. I'm out. Just quickly, what we got on this map? Not a bloody lot. Oh, we could do a quick run there. Did I ever build this bridge? I did, but not on this playthrough. What the hell is that? Oh, just a light. Oh, it looked like a big truck had crashed. Seems like something I would do. Yeah, solid. Let's do that one quickly then, and then I'll call it a day. What are we taking for that one? 4 planks. Could take that trailer again, to be honest. Shit. Kill a fire hydrant. Dave's story is true. Like I said, I need to start thinking of some. I feel weird about this as well. I don't think I've played any. I feel like I've played another game that's faster than this game, and it's making this feel slow by comparison. But for the life of me, I don't think I have played any other games. How is there a winch point floating in mid-air? What? That's pretty weird. I've never seen that before. Yeah. Is it moving something then? What the hell's going on? It's lifting something up. No idea. There's a new one on me. Is it just me? Yeah, all the winch points are floating. What the hell is going on? See, if you weren't grabbing a goddamn horse, you wouldn't have known that. That's what a professional he is. So they can go in the trailer. Yeet. Like a glove. Got plenty of room. In reverse, that's right. About an inch off. He knows his distances. Victory horn. Pack him in. Let's go and get wood. That's what she said. How about starting a new game till the next phase comes out? I've thought about it, but it's the one thing that puts me off is re-getting all the what are they called, like the upgrades or whatever, which I still haven't even done on this playthrough. If I could restart, but with all the upgrades already, I think I already would have done it by now. That's again, if we had like the ability to reset missions, really, I'd kind of cover that scenario. Well, I already done one of them trailers there as well. How did that happen? Again, it does seem like something I would do, but so efficiently that I can't even remember leaving that one there. I've only had access to it tonight, haven't I? Fuck knows. Definitely need some sleep. Seth Monday, let's hear about the love life. I'll introduce you to my hands. It's the safest option. It's really not liking the high gear tonight. Nothing seems to be liking the high gear. It's like there's no oomph. Unless I've just had an unlucky selection of mods. But it really doesn't feel like it's dropping the hammer like it normally does. To be fair with the twin stair, I did forget to upgrade that, but I'm pretty sure this one's fully upgraded. Use winch of the truck. Yeah, true, but it was like a floating winch point in the air, which I've never seen it do that before. Let me just for good luck. Yeah, high gear doesn't feel as ferocious as I like it to. But then again, if this isn't the highway gearbox, I suppose if it's like the equivalent of the advanced special, it never really did feel that good. This thing gets a move on more like it's a kind of more like a highway truck. Pipe dreaming, just dropping it for a few minutes to like and see some horse. I appreciate it, dude. Cheers for popping in. Of course, goddamn professional on board. Where he needs to be. Right, how many lives? Get at least 3 in here. 4 would be a bit of a squeeze. Yeah, takes up almost 2 really, doesn't he? Get at least 1, maybe 2 on the roof though. And you could still have the cargo, because you could pack loads on top of it. In fact, you might even have more chance of fitting 4 on then if that was the case. Just go get upgrades and towers as you need them. Yeah, true. I know what you mean, which I kind of did on this, but then it was a bit like tonight when I went and looked at that P512 PF. I still haven't got whatever upgrades it is I need to unlock those engines, but then to just do that kind of on the fly tonight, I'd kind of have to abandon this map and go off to wherever they are. I just wish, it's not that, I'm not saying I won't restart a new one, because it may end up getting to that, but I'm not going to lie, I wish I could restart it, but without that, where I've already got all the upgrades, would be very nice. Because then I'd probably, as well, sort of restart. I wouldn't mind just putting the mod on and, like, yeah, modding a load of money, just to solve that issue as well. What was it? People with no fucking legs. PC, you can edit the save game to unlock the upgrades, can you? Yeah, that'd be bloody handy. Or if, yeah, there was some kind of mod that just solved that problem. Which it sort of does on like this modded playthrough that I do, because I can just get the mods and most of the time just get whatever mods, like all the engine upgrades and that. You don't have to have specific engines unlocked. I think, to be honest, if I remember correctly actually, I'd have to check if it still is the case, but I think was it the Truck Max pack? I think it was that. If you added that, it had like every engine in the game anyway. So even though like your specific engine might be locked for a truck, you'd would still have like a massive list of other engines that came along with that Trucks Max pack thing. I'd have to see if that is the case, because that might be one way around it. I don't know if it'd get around every upgrade, but that might solve the issue with some of them. That's what I did, loaded up the bank and bought mods until I get the XP to unlock the DLC trucks. Might be the way to go. I do like this truck, but definitely, yeah. To be fair, some things do go pretty damn slow at that hill, so that's not like the end of the world. I would like a, yeah, a bit more of a ferocious high gear on it, definitely. I'm nervous for Phase 7. I hope the devs don't really fuck it with the Death Mud and Super Snow. True, they definitely do have a bit of a hard-on for that kind of stuff going on. There's supposed to be some, like, yeah, player versus player stuff as well, isn't there? Which I seen, funnily enough, in the mods when I was scanning through. It was only rated at about 50%, so I wouldn't risk it, but it said, like, some PvP prototype where I think you could verse each other, but yeah, from the ratings, it doesn't necessarily mean it's terrible. It might just be like, I don't know, well, it could be buggy, or it could have been people struggling to get like both people on the same map or whatever, I don't know. But yeah, as long as I don't kill it with all the super snow and that, and like I said, at the minute we don't even really know because we've not even got it on the PTS server yet. Normally we get at least a little bit of a heads up whether it's going to be a complete nightmare or not. But we don't even know that so far. You can see now, like with the loading screen, the loading bar's still not even started yet, it just does now. Yeah, so it definitely seems like it takes longer and longer each week. It's not the end of the way, it's not the biggest loading time ever, but it more gets me nervous, like, oh shit, is it sort of crashed or frozen? That's the view you want to get. Goddamn horse peeking out. We can just, oh, this thing is going to have to climb through a bit of ice, but other than that, should be plain sailing. So along here in Top Gear, it's got like, it's definitely quicker than a Colob. Does it maintain it though? But I definitely didn't maintain it, yeah, it's not even staying in fit, that's what I was hoping it would do. Too bad through there though. This map always looks like the sun's about to set. I'll see with the time and it never seems to make much difference. Just a little bit, but the fog on that doesn't really help either. Swerving off that. There's reading Sivan Tree's gotta go, stay safe, no worries dude, cheers for popping in though. Enjoy the rest of your night or day, whatever you're up to. So that's one nice thing though with the a nice high-sided trailer. Cargo and loaf still on board. Shino's mod spot. I'm Mr. Lone Wolf. What's going on, my fellow older gamer bro? I'm not too bad, cheers dude. How are you doing? Just doing the last mission for tonight, but it's been pretty fruitful night. Got one of the big missions done anyway. possibly the biggest mission. I don't know, I think there was another one that looked like a bit of a hefty one. And yeah. Well, this truck has been a mod for a while, but I've seen in the picture for it, you could see this trailer, so that's kind of what I was interested to try. Extra thumbs up from Master Shino, I appreciate it, dude. Sorry, I don't know if it's Shino or Shino. Life, got a goddamn horse with us. It's best never to leave home without one. Loaf of bread. Is there anything you want to be? Anything you need? The Swiss Army loaf. Well, to be fair, this thing got through that ice pretty well. I've always liked this mod. It's a little bit juicy on the memory, nothing insane. That's why I've not got it like always equipped though, because it does actually use like a noticeable chunk. Again, that's the nice thing with Fox's mods still don't seem to use any. Bartelbys don't use a lot, but I've noticed recently they've been using a little bit. He has kind of bunched, say, various amounts of mods kind of up into one though, where it's just like the, say, like, I don't know, the Bartelby American truck pack or whatever. It might not be the whole American truck pack, but yeah. Sort of bunched them up a bit, and they still use very little for what you get. But yeah, Fox's ones like practically don't even register on the memory used, except for like the custom stuff like the Roadrunner. Hear the lack of revs. I want to hear engines going mental. We really need to play together. We would be good together. True, I've not even been on. What's it? Is it multiplayer or online? I can't remember what it's called anymore. Well, again, I went on it once, yeah, to get that trophy to tip or lift a trailer up. Sorry, and that's the only time I've ever been on it. Which, like I said though, it's the same. It ended up with yeah, Grand Theft Auto. And that I was always on single player, but like I said, went on yeah, online once, and then that was it. Where do I cross it? Yeah, I think it is best to go this way. Was it this way? Yeah. Load on to getting a $1,400 PC soon. Maybe we can talk. Beast. Yeah, that sounds like a pretty fancy bit of kit. I still need to get a PC. It's on the to-do list. Been getting a few other things kind of sorted in that first, but eventually I'd like to oh shit, I'm going to be invincible. This trailer ain't going to like that. Load 84, what's the Taiga's nickname? Well, the new Taiga I've called Tony the Taiga. The old one, I don't think I ever got a name for that in the end. I think it was just a Taiga. But yeah, the new one was Tony. Get a little animation for that one, and then I'm sure, just like I did with 8,000, that's not too bad just for bringing 4 lots of wood. And I'll park this here. And I'll probably live there forever. We'll unpack the loaf just on the off chance. If he ever wants to escape, then that's for the best. In fact, I don't want to escape right now. I just want to see how well his escaping abilities are. Wonder if. Will it work? I was going to see if it like flicked the wood up. It's not looking like it will. I'm pretty much done. It was just a quick quick bit of messing. Let's get a bit of loaf time in. The winch points on the truck. I hate it when it does this. It used to be fine, but a few months into the game they just, yeah, now I can't get the front of the loaf. Yeah, something else. Leave him there. Yeah, that's how I'll probably call it a day there, because I'm severely lacking. Got one more. Oh, at least that's like, we'll do that next time, but yeah, at least that's like a pretty decent sized mission, that one. I don't know if anyone can hear it, but the noise that truck makes on tick over, it sounds like the Jumanji drums. The Fager. I'm a real video game master, bud, and I'm very chill. You'll love gaming with me. Peace, Loner. Have fun, bro. I appreciate it, dude. You never know, one day when I get around to, or if I ever get around to going on the online mode. I don't know why, I rarely do on games. It's the same, like, yeah, with most games, I don't really do that. I've always liked just the single player stuff. Probably the only exception, because I had to, was like Call of Duty, where... But even then, I really liked the campaigns in Call of Duty. It was pretty shit when they made the last few that didn't really have proper campaigns. Have a good day, Wolf. Can't wait for next week. I appreciate it, dude. Yeah, like I say, I'll probably call it a day there. But tested that mod. It's still pretty cool. Well, yeah, to be honest, it's like a Tatrin, only it turns better, which makes a big difference, and it goes quicker, which one of the main things I don't like with the Tatrin is because it's pretty bloody slow. It's like, it's alright if you want to use it near kind of your garage, but if you want to use it a map or two over, it takes bloody half an hour just to drive there. This thing actually gets a bit of a move on, and yeah, it's got the roof rack on the roof, all the rest of it, and you can actually have a few different types of tyres, so yeah, pretty cool. I think it was from Glitchworks as well, which is the same one that I believe did like the Bruticus and that Goliath as well that I've been driving tonight. So yeah, pretty cool mod. And again, that other mod I had where I got the big trailer, that's still pretty cool mod. It's been around a little while, but still worth getting. Yeah, so I'll leave it there. Don't park on the bridge. Oh, well, yeah, will it probably do a glitch thing? To be honest, I'll leave it just for the sakes of bait, and we'll see if it actually glitches next week then. But as a good point, because that has bit me. It might have been you, actually. Was it you, or it might have been Pipe Dreaming that told me about it on Iden Lake, and then that got me. I think one of my trailers is still stuck in one of them bridges to this day. Just a link to see Wolf. Yeah, I appreciate it, guys. Cheers for popping in, and... As for, to be honest, I'll have to go back. I've not even looked for the last week or so on my normal playthrough. If I've got like a nice little chunk of videos, I want to get some done. I'm hoping this week to get some proper sleeping tablets and then just get back into a normal rhythm, because I can't be bothered doing another month of these crappy ones from the doctors. So yeah, hopefully I will be back to normal soon, because yeah, it's not been good. Aussie man, then I appreciate it. Yeah, I'll hit the button there, but whatever you get up to, morning, afternoon, evening, enjoy it, and one way or another, I'll be back soon.